video. You're in the shop.
Oh, nice.
I can get you on Wi-Fi. If I go to Wi-Fi, it might drop. Hang on.
I'll just get you back on.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So we can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How about me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay.
I'm just working on a car up here. So yeah, I can just work while we talk.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, wanted to touch base. How are things going? Any updates in regards to the customer engagement campaign, telemarketing, or anything like that?
Kent has been doing some of the he's been doing some of the campaign stuff.
Yeah.
He took the list, so I printed out a list for him, and he's been going through the list and trying to get everything set up. Actually, let's set this up. And so he has made some calls. I don't know how many he's made and what actually he's done so far, but
Yeah.
I know he's done something. So that's all I know.
Doing something.
Yeah, he's doing something. So we've just been having internal stuff that we've been dealing with, processes and things like that. We've been dealing with recruiting new salespeople, going through some of that. So that's been a roller coaster. So
Okay. So
trying
not a lot of feedback just as of yet.
not yet, because
Okay.
Irving was going to do it, and then so what happened is we ended up getting like 5 collision jobs in, and then like a handful of hell jobs, and then Jeffrey's been out because he had
All in the last week?
Yeah, last week they had a baby. So
No, I mean, you've
Jeffrey's-
got all those hail jobs and collision jobs within the last week?
probably within the last 2 weeks we've gotten.
Yeah.
It kind of is standard for when it gets warmer. For some reason, people decide they want to, do more stuff.
No, it is. It's very standard. It doesn't matter what, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter what state you're in. The weather, I don't know what it is about automotive repairs, but
Yeah.
cold weather people just don't think about getting their car fixed when it's cold out or when it's snowing or raining or, it's really weird. But it doesn't matter if you're California, Texas, Florida, Indianapolis, every single one of my clients says the exact same thing.
Yeah. And so, if you have great marketing, it's still, they're going to still act on your marketing more when it's warmer too.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I think people, when it's cold, people just think like more survival mode, and they're like, I don't want to be without my car.
Right.
It's like, got to get the bread and milk. And I can't without my car.
I got to be able to get to the grocery store. I don't want to be without a car. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't want to be some unknown rental car that I don't trust or something.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Who knows?
All right. So that's good. So you guys are busy since the last time we talked. I know last week when we had our strategy call, you were a little bit light and looking for stuff to do for some of the technicians, but it sounds like that you guys are booked up as of right now.
Yeah.
So that's good. Did you get any feedback? I know that we sent out the newsletter since our last conversation. Did anybody get any feedback on that? You get any phone calls or anything like that from the monthly newsletter?
Mm-hmm. Hang on one second. Yeah, he's just taking his car back. So just tell him he can take it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. I don't really need to talk to him. I'm gonna get you over here so you can be a lot more set up.
Yeah.
So we can-
I kind of dig this, man. I kind of dig being able to see the shop and stuff like that. Usually I just get your initial.
Yeah.
I don't
I
get
just
to
don't-
see you.
I just don't know how much you can see me from right there.
Yeah, I can see you.
So yeah,
Is that weird? He's just picking up the rest of the times, man.
Yeah.
He wanted to say. But yeah.
tell him I'm on a call if he asks. Yeah, I talk to him on the phone all the time, so he's good. Okay, cool.
Just
Nah. Yeah, it's fine. Just a customer. Yeah, so so what was the question again?
Yeah. Any feedback on the newsletter? Did you get any positive, negative response? Anything like that?
I haven't talked to anybody, so I haven't gotten a response. I don't know. I don't know what anyone said about it yet as far as the newsletter goes. I haven't really talked or asked people about it, so you know, I don't have any feedback yet.
Yeah.
So
well, I know that, just looking at the statistics, a lot of people opened it, and nobody complained. You know what I mean? It's like nobody unsubscribed or submitted complaints in regards to getting it. So I think that, it keeps your brand front of mind, first and foremost. And I think that just once a month, that's a great idea, and people get, familiar with what it is that you're doing. And, when they do have repairs and they're thinking about getting them done, that might just give them the nudge that they need in order to give you a call and schedule it. So, yeah, I think that's good. So I'm working on the March version of that, and we'll get something out. Spring is upon us.
Yes, it is.
We'll get something themed up, and get all that stuff organized, and I'll send you guys over some proofs over the next 7 days, just so we have that ready to go, and maybe we'll send it out about mid-month.
Okay.
And then in regards to reviews, have you been focusing on getting both video reviews and then also those reviews online?
So yeah, I had a long talk with Jason, and he wanted to. Because he asked you about it too. He was doing someone else's website, and he's like, and I was like, oh, we need to make sure, like it's not going to conflict with us, because they're in our neighborhood pretty much. And he's like, they're going to see your website anyways. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I was like, we do have some FAQs on there that we that we put on there that no one else does. So if you're advertising our website to other people, and they're going to start to, see all of our stuff. But I was like, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But he was saying the same thing too about the video reviews, and I was like, no one's really like heading up that project is the problem. So, David's doing some admin work in the office now. So he sits in there, he does parts, he does scoping cars and things like that. Yeah. But if we just tell David, hey, can you do this? He'll probably start doing something else and forget about it. So no one's like making sure it happens. So we had the perfect opportunity yesterday. So it's like the whole project is not getting done. Like Jason's saying to get B-roll on every car, just so that we have some B-roll. So that way when we do the review, we have some before and after a little bit. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's good. So, I can tell that to David, and may do it on one, and then the next one he gets caught up and doesn't do it or something. Yeah. So there's just no project manager on that. So Jason's like, I can come in and kind of help y'all with it, to, help make sure it's going to get done right and set get a game plan to do it on each one, So he said he could, start as soon as this week or next week to help us, because he was like a video and movie director. So he's like, was it? Yeah. He directed a film that was in the theater. Produced and directed it. Yes. Wow. It was called, it's Michael Jr., the comedian. He worked for Michael Jr. Okay. He's a Christian comedian. Yeah. And so he did this movie that we all went and saw in the theater, and it was really cool. Jason and I are in the same church small group, Monday night small group, and so we all went and saw it together. But I think to watch it, he'd have to give you a link where you can watch it. But it's a great family movie. Yeah, I would love to see it. I'd love to see it. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, he's basically on stage doing stand-up comedy during the entire movie. It's like an Eddie Murphy raw, but without the raw. Exactly. So yeah, he's on stage, but then like he's telling stories, right? He's doing his stand-up comedy, and then it flashes back to different stories. It's called like Punchline or something. I can't remember the name of it. But it's such a good movie. Man, I laughed really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Well,
watched it a couple
I'll
times.
check it out. I'll talk to Jason. I've got his number, and he's been reaching out to me for a little bit of business counsel. I think is what he was trying to do, just trying to get a feel for, getting his business up and running and figuring out, how to kind of navigate moving forward in regards to that. So, I told him, hey, you know what, just, he said, I got this competitor. I said, you know what, talk to Nate first and foremost, see how he feels about it, tell him how you feel about it, and then just talk about it, figure out whether or not, he feels like there's going to be a conflict of interest or not. And if not, then move forward. If he doesn't want you to move forward, then, you should definitely be respectful of that as well. But, everybody wants to feed their families also.
Right.
So,
right.
That's sort of thing.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, yeah, I want you to do it. And, he's, going off and starting his thing. And, he's a friend of mine. And I was just like, I just want to make sure that we do it to where there's no conflict of interest, Yeah. And, I mean, he explained it pretty well. And he was like, yeah, I mean, they're going to see your website anyways, so I'm not going to tell them anything different. He's like, I'm just designing it, I'm not going to do it like you guys are. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, people are already starting to copy us anyways.
They do. I mean, that's what happens in the marketplace, when they see something they like, they just, duplication is way easier than creation. So a lot of people just start to duplicate what they like once they see it. But yeah, I mean, if he's going to head that up, maybe we, schedule a strategy call and just talk about it again, the media planning, and what it is that we want to, put together that we can utilize from an advertising standpoint that helps out with SEO, that helps out with, visibility and creating social proof, to where, people are selling your products and service or your service offering in the marketplace. That's incredibly powerful. So, having everybody on the same page in regards to that and creating a framework where it's like, hey, when we get a car in, let's get some B-roll on the before, let's get some B-roll on the after. And in the event that, we get a really good customer testimonial, we can just throw that stuff together in post-production and have a really good video that can help us promote our business. And then we can publish that on our website. We can publish it into social media. And that's valuable. That's something that, that hour, that we spend on, the B-roll, getting the customer review and then doing the post-production, can pay huge dividends. That's what I call marketing assets, right? Those marketing assets are what you want to create because you for that 1 hour and then it pays dividends and you can utilize it into perpetuity. And so that becomes something that you can grow your business with. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to put together, a time over the next 7 days and say, hey, I spoke to Jesse, I want you guys to get all on the same page in regards to our media planning and get us all back together. We can come up with a strategy and figure out how to execute that so that you don't have to worry about it. Like, oh, every car that's coming in, I've got to not only worry about the repair done, but now I got to worry about all the media planning and stuff like that.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah. I'm just on a conference call right now, but you're good. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah. I'm going to do the same for you.
Yeah, I'm going to take you over to Nissan and I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Thank you. All right. Cool. That was just a customer that we trying to help out, but we couldn't, but his car totaled.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I've been working with him for like a month on it and he finally came and picked it up. And so he owns a store down the street, so we're kind of networking. He fixes tablets and phones. He's got like a few locations.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But does that make sense? Like getting everybody on the same page and then, having, kind of creating that framework or that process that is, part of the, intake and also part of the, turnover process at the end of a repair.
Right. So, just someone needs to, manage that project because, it's kind of new to David. Like he can do the filming and all that. But Jason was saying he could come out for like one hour a week and consult and kind of help, like guide through the process,
Yeah.
and get one down so that we can start to be able to do it on all of them, because we're missing some great opportunities, and no one's very deliberate about it because no one really knows exactly how to do it. And I mean, you've gave us a lot of pointers, but I think, someone is going to have to say, kind of lead it,
Yeah.
I can't lead it because I've just got a million things going on. And so, I guess David doesn't, I don't know if he, feels comfortable leading it or not, just because, he's, never done it the way that you have been explaining to do it. So if someone can just kind of lead up that project with David, then we can make it work.
Okay. Well, do you want me
to us?
Yeah. Do you want me to reach out to Jason and David and kind of drive the conference call and, some planning around that and see if we can come up with comfortable with what and actually get a plan in place? Because I don't, really for me here, reaching out to they're going to be more familiar with kind of the process of intake and then also returning the vehicle to the customer. So maybe we just talk a little bit about that process and say, all right, well, how do we inject what we need in order to drive sales and marketing with the existing processes, you know what I mean? And then just come up with a plan in order to accomplish that, and then designate some people that are going to be in charge of that. And then what I'll do is I'll just follow up with them and I'll be like, hey, where's our marketing for the week? You know what I mean? Where's our review videos for the week? Where's our repair?
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, because no one, we really don't have a manager for David right now. He's just kind of filling in the office where needed, so he doesn't have any, like, he kind of has a job description, but it's like, hey, make a couple videos each week and do the parts and whatever else is needed. And that's kind of where we're at. So it would take, someone that could manage that project, and just, once he learns it, knows exactly how to do it. Like, this is the checklist. These are the key points we need to get on each one, and gets it down. Then he won't need any, help. But at least at first, doing it together.
Let me get with David and schedule a call and see where he's at in regards to that. As far as Jason coming in, is that something that you find is going to be imperative, or do you think maybe the David with the proper direction could handle it?
I don't know. I don't know because so the thing that Jason was saying was that kind of, because we were talking about, like, because David makes the videos really pretty, and it's like, what kind of feel do we want it to have type thing too. Does it need to be overproduced or use cell phones, like all that kind of stuff? Like, how should it look and feel, so that's kind of one thing he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't
well,
know.
the look and feel doesn't matter quite so much if we're not producing the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like too much or overproducing a video that doesn't never get to that doesn't ever get made. It hurts, so it really depends on what the production schedule and resources can handle. If you have the resources to turn videos, 2-3 a week, and they can look polished and produced, that's great. If you have to utilize a cell phone in order to accomplish that, and you're still getting the content out there and the visibility, and you're utilizing that to be published into social media and utilizing your ads, then that's where you're at from a production standpoint. You know what I mean? So, I think it's really about, the production schedule and whether or not, a polished video is something that you can do, or if that's not. It's better to have a video than no video at all.
Right. Yeah, we just, I just don't know, you know? I don't know if we necessarily need Jason to help with that or not, you know? I really don't. He's just, you know, has a background in video, so
Yeah.
he had a lot of thoughts on it. And I don't know.
Well, let me at least reach out to David and have an initial conversation with him, and then if for some reason me and David can't get on the same page, or he's, you know, we're not able to produce the videos, you know, at least one a week, you know, is what I would say would be a good production schedule. If we did one video a week, regardless if it's a, you know, a video around the repairs that you guys do, the customers you serve, or educating future customers in your target market. I think that if we can't do that, maybe then we bring Jason in to help out with the process, to have somebody local or have a local presence. If we can, then you know, you guys, you know, fewer cooks in the kitchen, the better. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we can just move forward with a leaner team.
Right. Yeah. If you guys can nail it down without him, then that's fine.
Okay.
So, you know, also I was asking David, like, hey, can we get before and after photos at least just on every car that comes in? Because if we have like one car every other day or one car that comes in, I mean, should we have like a checklist on maybe photos, or like just a little walk around video with each car that comes in? Just
yes.
If we could just have something on every car.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
When he's making
You know,
the video, he's got the B-roll.
You know, because those photos, you know, and here's the thing that you can do, and this is what I'd recommend with that is, with the photos and videos that you take of your car, those don't need to be overproduced. Those can be actually from the mobile device with your location services turned on, because again, we can utilize those on your social media pages and also your business pages and directory pages as the work that you're doing, and they'll have the GPS information tied to them if you take them with your mobile phone. So that's one of the things that we can add to those pages to create location authority for you, and they don't need to be overproduced.
Video does that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so there's, you know, it's kind of a balance, right? You some of it because as soon as it goes into that post-production space, you load it up into software, you start doing the editing and everything like that. Generally, your editing software will strip away that meta information in the post-production process. So there's a difference between just getting a before and after photo and utilizing those on your business pages and directory pages to help increase location authority, and then producing a video so that you could utilize it for marketing purposes, and you're kind of representing your brand, and then creating social proof with the customer review and things of that nature. So, you know, those are how we tie everything together. And then also, you know, getting those reviews, you know, for the products and services that you want to promote are important as well. So, you know, just some things to think about. And maybe we can, maybe what I'll do is I'll get together with David and maybe come up with a simple checklist of some of the things that he could be doing on every repair in order to help out with the, you know, drive content with the marketing. You know, that way he's got a little checklist. Say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take some photos of the repair with my mobile phone, add those to the folder, you know, maybe we do some video B-roll in case we need a customer review. And then at the end of the repair, we sell for the review in talking to the customer on the camera.
Okay. So is that going to be, I guess that'll just tie into also our social media posting as well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I do listen to Gary Vee, you know, and he talks about building your personal brand and stuff. And he does say, like, you know, building brand, you want to post every day. And, you know, on something, somewhere, you know. And so, you know, even having a plan for, you know, David to be able to get stuff for that, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think we're missing out on a lot of opportunities, just across social media. I don't know. I know we talk about it all the time. We come up with plans, but I guess they just don't there might just be kind of a disconnect. If it has to go through me to go to David, I don't know if maybe you should just be working with David, directly on videos and social media stuff, like what kind of material you need so that you can do what you need to do.
Yeah. I think that might be helpful, in regards to, just getting him on plan and getting everybody on the same page. Is maybe I just work with him directly and, in regards to content creation that originates from your location. And then from there, we can put together, a plan for, the social media posting, for advertising, for video creation and stuff like that. Since he's on site and everything like that, and it would be originating the majority of the, content.
Right. So, maybe we just have to explain to him that, you're going to head that up and how that needs to look, because, when you ask for something, we need to kind of have a timeline on it, I guess, and, kind of set some type of expectation on it.
Okay. Well, how about this? How about I put a checklist and a production schedule together for the media? Number of videos, what categories we'd want to create those in, number of photos, in regards to, on every repair that you guys do. And then kind of for the entire month, what our minimum expectation would be in regards to, getting those completed. And that way, I can push that over to you and David. We can go through it. If you see any challenges with it, we can make some course corrections and adjustments at that point. If not, then I can just work with David. We'll all be on the same page in regards to what it is that we're trying to create.
Okay. All right. I was thinking too, as far as some of the content, doing educational stuff, a lot of educational stuff, because I feel like everything we have to explain to our customers when they come in about the repairs and the repair process, and why should you get your car fixed? Why should you go to an independent shop versus or the differences between a big box? We have so much knowledge that we could be, you educate on, in your industry, you educate a lot about, why to do SEOs this way or why to, market this way. So I was just thinking, as far as us, we have so much knowledge like that, and getting that out there, and why we have to do certain things on cars, like OEM procedures, why it's important to do those safety procedures on cars. Most shops probably aren't doing them. Maybe 80% of the shops are just in and out. We focused on, procedures that the manufacturer says are required, to maintain your warranty, maintain safety, and all those things. We just do a lot of research. That's just one out of probably 1,000 things we can talk about.
Well, every single one of your FAQs is potentially a video. You know what I mean? Hey, these are all the top 10 questions that we get asked all the time. And being able to explain that into a nice piece of content, and then saying, hey, you know what, this is where we see it, the difference in the marketplace. You know what I mean? It's not just because, we have to do this. It's because we want to have a higher standard of repair. You know what I mean? We want to provide the very best repair service available. And if we don't do this, we wouldn't be providing that type of service, and so it really differentiates you in the marketplace in regards to, how it is that you guys are running your business. And the reality of it is you're not just turning and burning cars, you're actually providing, really high quality service.
Right. Yeah, and it's normally not a difference in price. It's your choice to take your car here or somewhere else when your insurance company is paying for it. But I saw on Facebook where someone someone in a group that I was in, you know, just had an accident. And they said, hey, you know, what do I do? And they're like, some people say, go to Service King. Some people say, go to Caliber. Two people said, come to see us. And then like some people say, call your insurance company and go where they recommend. You know, so you get so many recommendations and they're like, what do I do and why? And I was like, man, that'd be a great video. Like, what do you do when you get in an accident? What should you do? You know, where should you take your car and why? Should you call your insurance company? Should you call the police or whatever? But why? What's the difference between going to Caliber and Service King versus someone like us?
Exactly. Dude, that is gold if you have that in the marketplace. Because what you can do is when you see those types of posts, you could say, hey, you know what? You should pick the best service provider that is in your market, right? And here's a video on some of the differences between, like, say, a Caliber and coming with us. You know what?
Right.
That would do? It would sell them right off the bat. Boom. They'd be a customer.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because you've already addressed that conversation, right? You've already addressed it because it's something that comes up in the marketplace all the time. That's part of that educating your target market in regards to, you know, attracting the type of customers that you want to attract.
Yeah. So I've got all these ideas on videos like that. I don't know what happened to the video feed right now, but it's probably the Wi-Fi. But I've got so many videos like that, like ideas. I just haven't, you know, I don't have time to really do them, but I feel like I could just take a phone and just do that, you know, right then and there on a certain car that comes in or with a certain customer, and, you know, and kind of help explain that. I don't know, but that kind of education is stuff that I would want to know, you know, what are people really concerned about and why?
Yeah.
And because there's so many questions.
Yeah, and the reality of it is those videos are really good, and especially coming from the owner. If you introduce yourself, say, hey, you know what, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information on why, right? And then in the post-production process, all you have to do is have an intro. They're like, who is it coming from, right? And a nice intro, right? Some music in the background. And then at the very end, you have an outro, which is a call to action. So if you did that, that would be something that could be easily utilized, both organically, if you wanted to do paid advertising, anything like that, that you'd put it up, publish it on your website in regards to a media library where people could get access to, you know, important topics related to, you know, their repair and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize that type of information. And yeah, I mean, I would encourage you to just start. And don't worry about it being like perfect right off the bat. But as you continue to do them, like on your 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th video, it'll start getting easier and it'll start getting easier and it'll start getting better. And the messaging will start getting more succinct and you'll start getting, you know, you'll get more in tune with what people are engaging with. And then you'll start saying, hey, you know what? We've got this down now. And we're doing it on a regular basis. We're getting our 1 to 2 videos a week. We're producing 100. You know what? That's a huge difference. If you produce, you know, 50 to 100 videos over the next year and we publish and optimize those online, do you know what the difference in your business would look like today from 1 year down the road? Huge difference.
No idea.
Yeah, it'd be huge. It'd be night and day. You guys would be the industry experts in your market. When anybody was looking up anything online in regards to it, they would see your content. And then they would see all your reviews and everything like that and say, you know what, this is a company that I can trust.
Yeah, I feel like we could, because we do have all this information. We go to all these meetings and get-togethers, and there's a company or organization called ABAT that we're a part of. They have a lot of continuing education, and they get together and they talk about the industry and they talk about, you know, why to do certain things. You know, it's I think it's Auto Body Association of Texas, and Jeremy is our estimator, and he's just spends every waking hour educating himself on the industry, and he's far exceeded what I ever knew about the industry. So plus he was a teacher as well, so he's very good at explaining things. He would be great to have doing some videos as well. And also, Jeffrey, because he knows a lot too about the industry. So I know mostly about the paintless, the hail side, why to choose PDR versus conventional, all those types of questions. Or, one I was thinking, get out of here. No, I'm on a conference call. Yeah. What I was going to say is, sometimes it's good to fix your car, and sometimes that's the right decision, and sometimes it's not. But dude, this is our neighbor, the boat guy, the boat repair guy, Big Daddy. He's coming in here just to mess with us.
Yeah, that's what neighbors are for.
Yeah. So, because a lot of times, it's probably not a good idea to get your car fixed if it's 15 years old and it's, the paint's not in great shape. You probably shouldn't fix the car. It's probably better to take the money, pocket it, drop your full coverage, or maybe comprehensive or whatever. But if you have a new car, a lease, a lien holder, all those things, you want to get your car fixed, or a lot of times you kind of mandatory because you don't own that vehicle.
Yeah.
Or if it's, you have to look at the investment. It's an investment. If you get into a collision and you have hail damage on your car,
decision, right? It's like
a great
financial decision. Yeah.
But if it's not a good decision, hey, you know what? Don't do it. It's not like we're trying to pressure you to get your car fixed, but just educate them on why you should fix it or why not fix it. Those types of things. Because I've dealt with that a lot with myself. I've had hail damage and didn't fix it one time. Then I've had hail damage and I fixed it based on it was a new car or an older car, or what's the purpose of the car. I'm gonna pass it on to my son or daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
So those kinds of videos help people make decisions. But then there's just a million questions that people have.
You just got to make it part of your process, and especially if you have a team with you. You just say, hey, you got you right there. I don't know who it is, but you point at somebody and say, hey, I want one video out of you a week. Just talking about what it is that and how you impact, our customers. Or I want one video a month and you get 3 of you guys doing it. You know what I mean? And say one video, you can record one video a month. Come on, a month. That's all I need.
Yeah,
I just need one video a month out of you. I'm going to add that to your job description. Yeah. Because the reality of it is that everything and everybody in your business should help you sell and market your business, or it's not serving your business, right?
Right.
Because the only thing that grows your business is sales and marketing.
Right.
So all the guys doing repairs, you should be like, hey, you know what? You're doing a repair, take a before and after picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because we're going to use it to promote our business and to help drive sales and marketing, because that pays your salary.
Right.
That's why you need to do it. Right?
Yeah.
What happens is most people don't think about their business like that. They think about, oh, they got somebody at the front office, they're the administrator. We're not going to include them in sales and marketing. We've got a repair technician. He does really great repairs, but we don't want to include him in our sales and marketing. But the reality of it is that everybody needs to be involved in the sales and marketing process. Even if you don't utilize their content, they need to be involved in the process, right? Of thinking about growing your business and thinking about promoting your business. If they're not, they're kind of betraying the business, right? They're not really focused on growth. They're just focused on feeding on the growth that's already there.
Right. Irving is really good at it too. He's a body and paint technician, and he just stepped into sales and became our top sales guy. And like 2 months in a row, and he loves it. He's so passionate about it. So he goes out there and tells everyone about hail damage or collision. And so he's been doing really good, and he speaks Spanish. So we did just make a Spanish video.
Yeah, I know. I got the page up for you guys.
That's right. Oh yeah, I did see you on. That was all them doing that.
Yeah, they just reached out and they're like, hey, we need a Spanish page. I'm like, all right, well, we can do that.
It worked out well
but that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have the resources to be dynamic and say, hey, you know what, this is what we're doing, this is what we need. And, we're just all working on growing the business, but everybody in the business needs to be working on growing the business. And on the same page with that. And it's got to be part of the process, right? Part of the repair process. Hey, you know what? We got a brand new repair in here, and that creates momentum, right? Because every repair creates momentum for more repairs, right? Yeah. It's not like, hey, we're going to service all these repairs and then we're going to go focus on sales and marketing. No, it's like, hey, we're going to service all these repairs. We're going to generate all the content we need in order to sell and market our business.
Right. Yeah, it does need to be a part of it. It's just, yeah, it's whenever you're working in the business, it's hard to work on the business.
Yeah.
And that's the struggle.
That's what's good about these calls is, just strategizing and kind of keeping that stuff front of mind. And then, hopefully just getting better every single day, right? Executing better, right. Getting a better strategy in place, keeping that stuff front of mind, focusing on growth, making sure that our sales and marketing is, on point and we're executing better than competition. So, some really great stuff to think about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a written media plan, a written production plan for the media. And then I'm going to send that to you and David, and we'll get on the same page in regards to that. Come up with some ideas in regards to how we can execute that plan. Before and after pictures, repair videos, customer review videos, educational videos, what that's going to look like. And we'll do something like 1 video a week, and then just we'll start with just before and after pictures on every car, and figure out how we can make that happen.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Does that sound like it'll work? And then I'll also be working on the March newsletter, and some other stuff in regards to the website and things of that nature. So we've got a lot to do between now and next week, but I think we have a plan in place.
Sure. And if you can work with David on that, I would say if you're having trouble working with him, then just reach back out to me and Kent. But I think if you guys can figure it out together and he can get you what you need, that would be the easiest, because trying to go through me to remember to do it all is, that's
just one more hat you got to wear, right?
It is.
We got to hats off your head. Not put them on.
I'm trying to get hats off my head. So I'm not going to remember. I'll put it on a list, and it'll go on the list with like the other 300 items on that list,
Gotcha. All right.
So.
Well, then I can serve you best by, working with David and, and get him in motion, empowering him and get it executed through David. So that's what I'll work on doing.
Great.
Fantastic. Go. All right, my man. Well, have a great rest of your week. Reach out, ping me if you need anything, and I'll keep you up to date in regards to my progress.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.